What do I love about Steve? Besides his appetite for life, I love his artistic upbringing. The son of two musicians, he grew up in Portland, Oregon. It figures this big, quirky family would be from such a quirky town. The Fox house was right across the street from Laurelhurst Park. Imagine the 7 Fox kids in the late 50s and early 60s running around like crazy back then. And this little guy was the leader of the pack. I love Steve's stories about playing the organ for the cathedral in Portland as a kid. I love how he still plays piano in Oregon. I love how Steve was an engineer for Boeing. He really is more of a designer than an engineer, but I do have a soft spot for those brainy guys. When we were first dating, he drew me this picture. Yes, it's a VCK. It was then I knew I was in love. I was so impressed. I'm absolutely drawn to his talent. I love his love of nature. He has taken my enjoyment of nature to new heights. When we were on the Ptarmigan Traverse, this insane alpine mountain trip across 6 glaciers, I was scared out of my mind. But he looked after me and turned this terrifying experience into one that enriched my life. So I love how he pushes me. He challenges me to be a better person. He takes the high road in life. I love that about Steve too. Recently, Steve got me into road biking and Strava. Our first date was a bike ride. It probably was 8 miles long and took as many hours because we would stop and talk and talk and talk. I love that he admires historical buildings and architecture. He's an aesthete, something I relate to as an artist. And speaking of which, he has been my #1 fan with my art. Sometimes I hear him brag about me, and while I am embarrassed, I admit I secretly love it. What woman, or person for that matter, wouldn't love that? I asked Steve what he's most proud of. He said his kids. I love his kids too. Looking through all these pictures of Steve's children, I saw how he raised them. He raised them to love nature, to enjoy playing music, to be artistic, to be imaginative, to be polite and goofy, to be athletic. You can really see Steve reflected in his kids, and they're wonderful people. I love how serious he can be. I love his can-do attitude. I love his blue eyes. I love how we communicate and negotiate. I love how we listen to each other, how we have fun together. I love who I become when I'm around him. I become the best I can be because he inspires me. I so love that about Steve too. Maybe that is his greatest gift. So, happy 60th birthday to Steve Fox from his humbled and lucky wife.